Send it over to you.
Larry, thanks so much. It is time for the real estate top performers. I'm joined by Josh Green of Eastern Title and Settlement, Rick Barney of the Mortgage Link, and Tracy Diamond of EXP Realty. Welcome to Great Day, guys. Josh, great to see you again. Good morning. All right, so it may not feel like it outside, but the spring market is heating up. So, Tracy, I want to start with you. When it comes to home buying, what are some of the most common misconceptions that you see?
Well, first of all, most people think it's stressful. And there's stress involved, for sure, but that's exactly what we're here to do, is to do that job for you.
That's what the experts are there to do. I love that. But also, I think people, what about the, it's stressful because not just the time and negotiations, but the money. People don't know what they can afford.
They don't. They don't. And that's really the first step in the process, and where Rick comes in, is getting that pre-qualification to know before you start the process what can I buy?
Right.
So I usually have them come to me or do it over the phone and find out what they can qualify for. But then I need to make sure that they feel comfortable with the payment. If they don't feel comfortable with the payment, it's going to be miserable for the next 5 years. So if they get comfortable with the payment and they can understand what the maintenance fees are and everything else in the mortgage process, it makes it a lot easier for them.
So people could qualify for a certain amount, but they may not be comfortable paying that much, or being
Absolutely.
Okay.
They might see in the future that they're going to need money to send one of their kids to college or whatever comes up.
Okay.
And then what Rick does is get the pre-qualification letter, and then what do you do from there?
Yeah, I take it from there. That's when we start getting out there and on the streets and looking at properties. And during that process, if they find something they like, we can actually have Rick run numbers. That way they know exactly what that particular property is going to cost them each month.
And I'll let Tracy know, where to stop.
Right.
Like if they qualify for 500, I'll say just save some for 400.
Okay.
Just because that's where they're going to feel comfortable.
Right. No, and that's we talk a lot with the real estate experts about a team. I mean, you want that communication happening, because if you didn't tell Tracy that and they think that, okay, I can afford 500, but then when they see the sticker shock and what they're going to have to pay, then that just adds the stress to it.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Now, when you're looking at this, Rick, at the Mortgage Link, you guys have different ways of helping people in different aspects of life.
Sure. We have all the programs that are out there, including no money down. We have programs for veterans. We have all the programs that are out there, so I can tailor the program to the client.
Now,
with no money down.
Yeah, that's
a big thing.
Did I say that?
Yeah. No, and I think also just knowing that that those options are out there, and there's things to help people. Not everybody's the same in their life, and so there's different programs and different ways to help people get that dream home that they want.
Well, I don't think a lot of people understand, especially kids nowadays that just get out of college, that they can really buy a house.
Right.
If they have no money down and they have, a new job when they get out, they can qualify for a condo and get in their first house, not wait till they're 30 and have to, start when they're 30. If I would have started when I was in my early 20s, my house would be a lot bigger now because of all the equity I would have gained. So it's really educating, the younger kids that, hey, get your foot in there, call Rick, get the zero money down, get Tracy and find a house or a condo, a starter house, and get started today.
Well, and then having the team takes the stress out of it. Real quick, Josh, do you see more stress on sellers than buyers?
Oh, I see stress on both sides. About getting the money in. Sometimes sellers don't get ready they list the property. Like we have a property right now that's a piece of land, and they listed it, sold it, but the HOA's back due for $5,600.
Wow.
It's in a trust. They don't know where the trust documents are, and it's taken almost a month and a half to get all the documents together so we can go to closing tomorrow. And literally, I just got a text that we've got everything and we're going to go to closing, but the buyer was stressed because the seller wasn't really ready to sell the property. He listed the property without having all the documentation in place.
So even though you're selling out there, make sure all your ducks are in a row before you go out. Make it as seamless and stressless as possible. But of course, it's all about the team. Rick, Tracy, Josh, thank you guys so much for coming in. I know it's going to be really busy and crazy for you guys, so we're looking forward to this. If you want to connect with this team to buy or sell a home, call 240-422-8871 or visit easterntitle.net. We'll be back with more right after this.
Up next, his face.